Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Rozita Kadar. I will present the work entitled The Difficulties in Learning Programming in the Aspect of Programming Nature. And this is our team, Naima Abdul Wahab, Jamal Othman, Mazura Samsudin, and Siti Bakir Mahlan. We are from UiTM Pulau Pinang. This is the outline of our presentation. Firstly, we will introduce our work, followed by the methodology we use in implementing this study, then the objective of the study, the research questions, as well as its motivations. After that, we will discuss on findings and discussion of the findings. Finally, we will draw conclusions as well as state our future work at the end of the presentation. As we know, learning programming is something that is complicated, especially for beginners. As our initiative, we together contribute towards helping students to identify problems that arise among them in the processing of learning programming. The aim of this study is to improve the effectiveness of learning a program. In learning situations, several factors invite programming learning problems. What we did was to study the problems that arise, and we focus on programming nature itself. This figure shows the methodology on how we conduct the study. We start with planning. At this stage, we identify the objective, research questions, and its motivation, and we define protocol review. In second stage, we conduct the study by identifying relevant work, assessing the quality of studies, and summarizing the evidence. Then, we make a report by interpreting the findings and draw conclusions. In this study, we construct three objectives. The first objective is to identify the problems exist in learning a program, focusing on programming nature. The second objective is to explore the previous study related to this problem, and the third objective is to present the finding. From that, in this table is the research question, and it also shows the motivation of each of the research question. The first research question is, what is the programming nature that becomes a problem for students? The motivation of this question is to study the problem exists in learning a program based on programming nature. The second research question is, who has discovered related to this problem? This is to identify the existing study discovered problem for students. And the third research question is, what are the findings as reported by previous work? This is to understand the existing problem for students when learning a program based on program nature. This is our findings. We identify three problems exist while students learn a program in the aspect of program nature. The first problem is understanding programming structure. Students face difficulties of understanding the sequence of statement, variable hold value, and the interactivity of an input action. Lack of understanding that each instruction is executed in the state created by previous instructions. Difficulties in using notation for representation of a program. Notation refers to the symbol of a programming language and the syntactic rules for combining them into a program. Pointer, array, and data structures are the most difficult programming concepts. The second problem is constructing modularization. The difficulty that students have to work with functions and lack of understanding of the scope of variables and why it is necessary to pass and return parameters. The third problem is about testing and debugging. Students unable to master the use of the compiler as well as error and warning messages. Handling syntax error is one of the barriers where the most common problem is the lack of ability to find errors, lacking of visual program states during code executions, and mismatched parentheses, brackets, or quotation marks, missing semicolons, and using illegal starts of expressions. We can conclude that the activity in reviewing and understanding a source code is not the same as reviewing ordinary documents. Many problems in program comprehension arise due to the use of textual representation as the primary source of information. And our future work, we will explore two other elements that cause student problem in learning programming in terms of educators and student itself. Thank you.